Welcome to Film Bluffs, a place for free-range, non-GMO, dog water opinions. So come on in, take a seat, and let's make fun of the kid with no internet.
Hello, and welcome back to another absolutely brain-tickling episode of Film Bluffs. Your gracious host, Jobe, and joined with me in prayer, as always, are my cohorts, Trace and Marshall. Why don't you say hi, guys?
I have a problem.
Hi, I'm
with
Marshall.
Jobe
How's
calling me a
everybody doing today?
cohort.
Well, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, bro.
No, ASIC cohort.
No, but he didn't enunciate, so now I'm a whore,
man,
and I
I'm
must do
just-
as instructed.
I am just so excited for everyone to be here today. This is
That
a
is not
classic Marshall favorite movie. Oh, no.
Now, Trace-
Marshall, this movie.
Marshall could not have been more upset leading up to the recording today. He's been so upset for the last hour.
he just fumes and kicks things.
I really think
I just
his
turn it on
his
when I
mood
need
kind
to,
of turned
right?
around when his wife came home, where he was able to finally give her a shocking kiss.
Dude.
Yeah, so we watched Ocean's 11
You need to
of
kill that
the,
cat.
of the George Clooney fame. Now, let me tell you guys, Ocean's 11, so good, alright? 11 might be my
So
favorite of the 11, 12, and 13. Just a personal opinion, but man, I love Ocean's 11. The witty banter, the way they go through with the heist and everything. It's so good. What are y'all's thoughts on it? And Trace, if you say it was boring one more time, we're beefing hard. I'm uninviting you.
I never
from
actually
to
said it
my
was
renewing in
boring.
my
I
vows.
implied that it was boring as a joke. Because it just happened to flow with the conversation we were having, and Jobe suggested we fall asleep, and I went, like me when I was watching this movie? And then Marshall went, I'm actually going
that's
to
so
kill you.
funny.
This is a formal threat. Thank you. See, that's the kind
So
of
did you like the movie
appreciation
or
I
not,
need to
Trace?
boost my self-esteem. Yeah, it was alright.
Just alright?
I mean, it was
I know you liked it, Job,
okay.
you freak.
Some of the characters were stronger than others.
Don't look at me.
Job liked it. Job, you liked it, right? Back me up on this.
Alright, so this
Yeah,
is the
I liked
energy
it.
for today.
Okay.
Anybody else think Julia
What's the
Roberts
deal,
has
guys?
an
What-
unsettling
what-
smile?
Her
I don't know.
What did we
I'm
do
not the
here?
one
You
who's
guys not
doing.
like the
I'm not
movie, or
the,
did you
I'm not
like
the,
it?
doing the summary today. I said it was
Oh,
fine. I
shit.
thought we were moving on to summary time.
All right,
Fine is
sorry.
not an answer.
Ocean's
Fine is like a
11.
non-answer.
Sure, it is. No,
Fuck
fine
you.
is a vague affirmative.
Fine. Summary us, Job.
See,
Ocean's 11 is a
I
2001
wouldn't
action
agree.
crime thriller starring
Oh my
Brad
God.
Pitt and George Clooney. George Clooney plays David
Julia
Ocean,
Roberts.
Daniel Ocean.
And Andy Garcia.
Daniel Ocean, who's putting together a team of about 11 to rob the 3 biggest casinos in Vegas to get back at the bastard who's dating his wife. It's the classic heist movie. Shenanigans ensue. The plan starts to fall apart, but at the end of the day, they pull it off. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I assume we'll talk in more detail about what happens in it, but like, it's Ocean's 11. You've seen it referenced and parodied and like countless other shit. You know what happens.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 is fucking so good. So the main thing is, right, they're having this huge heist, and you kind of follow them along as they're like preparing for the heist, and
yes, Joe.
you think you're in on it, right? Because you're on the side with the Kloonster and 12 Monkeys Man, and so you're just like ready to rumble.
good.
And then at the last second, you get like whiplash after you find out that even though you were in on it, they had another rug to pull from beneath you. Yes, Joe, back corner.
You, Soldier Boy, I told them.
So my question is for Marshall. How old
Okay.
were you when you
Yep.
first watched this movie?
How old was I? Man, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Reminds me of the time I watched Ratatouille when it came out. I was young. But for Ocean's 11, I don't know. It was probably in
Cause he do me.
late high school, college,
Wait, what?
when I first watched
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, when it came out.
You know, no. He said it
Did you
reminded
think I
him
watched this when I was like
Ratatouille
2
came
years
out.
old?
I don't know.
That's
maybe.
true.
Some of my favorite movies
Wait,
I watched
what
when I was
month
like
did this come out?
No,
Yeah, what month did
this is
release?
a recent pickup, as in the last 10 years. This isn't like a day one Marshall pick. This one was acquired when I
Right.
watched it for the first time.
Now,
I said,
was-
"Ooh, that's pretty good."
Now, did you always want to put George Clooney in your mouth, or was that after you watched Ocean's 11?
What?
Well, I saw him in Spy Kids, and the way that the Mr. President was able to get down and jiggy with it just kind of unleashed something in me. Because he was the president in Spy Kids 3D Game Over. Yeah, but he's also
Sylvester Stallone was so much better.
Yeah, but he was also George
Yeah,
Clooney.
but Sylvester was so much better.
Future editor Marshall, throw in the clip of George Clooney doing his Sylvester Stallone impression.
I'm not doing
That's
that.
pretty good. You should do that. We won't get copyright. I promise.
All right.
I'm okay.
We'll just try it out.
I'll do that.
Trace, you start as George Clooney. I'll be actual Sylvester Stallone, and we'll slowly morph into each other.
Hi, I'm George Clooney.
Why does your George Clooney sound like Christopher Walken?
Because we were doing a Christopher
Walken bit.
I'm having a hard time getting out of the bit.
Trace, the thing about
this
Christopher Walken, he just gets stuck in your brain.
We're gonna talk about the fucking movie. We're gonna sit here and Christopher Walken, all right?
I was just gonna say Christopher Walken.
I will mind.
Trace, what did you think about the movie? You said it was just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't. There was nothing necessarily inherently bad about it. Some of the characters were not some of the characters were much better than others, obviously. Some of them were just kind of not very strong.
For those just listening and not watching, the second Trace opened his stupid fucking mouth, Marshall buried his face in this.
Yeah, and I don't really know why. I just, the moment he said, you said it was fun, and I went, well, yeah, and then Marshall immediately got upset before I even answered.
Because I said it like seven times. I was trying to ask you, you just kept doing Christopher Walken impressions that were not good.
Yeah, because that's funny. That's not
I'm sure they're guys.
Watch, I can do Christopher Walken in Sleepy Hollow.
Here's the
fantastic. So Trace, you just think some of the.
I'm going to talk about the movie. It's going to be in my Christopher Walken voice.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the movie.
Right,
the thing is, I probably agree with Trace.
Life.
What are we doing, Trace?
Okay, Marshall, you have to understand that because of our connectivity, you're starting this as I'm finishing the Christopher Walken bit. So it's me saying the bit, and then you start talking, and then 3 minutes later you go, "What are we doing? What's going on?
I think that's on you. You guys sound fine to me.
It's going to be 8 o'clock by the time Marshall responds to this one.
8 o'clock rolls by. No, it isn't!
Okay. You guys give me a pause, and I'll just start roaming.
Okay. You're the one editing.
The thing is,
So what do I do?
I just can't shut.
I was done talking already. It's your fault.
No.
Someone passed me.
I started, and then you started.
Oh,
fine, Trace. Give him the ball.
I already gave him the ball 20 minutes ago. You just haven't seen it yet.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up.
So, Ocean's 11. I think for me, the main thing that I wanted to say while watching the movie that I wanted to bring up on the podcast, because I think it's, it's kind of interesting, but this movie is kind of sexy. But I just mean it's a movie trying to be sexy, right? It's all here's some jazz while they're walking through Las Vegas and George.
Well, yeah,
now the thing about stealing from Vegas casinos is you just gotta grab the money and you put it in the bag.
Who are you doing right now?
I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
So I think the thing is there's just something.
And he's like, I'm autistic.
No, just stop talking. Just stop. There's just something inherently appealing.
I didn't know you were talking until I started talking.
There's just something appealing about people being good and very professional. Just seeing people really be good at their jobs. Everyone that Daniel Ocean enlisted in this operation was just really good at what they were doing. And you're like, ooh, they're just smooth with it. And then Bernie Mac comes in and calls Matt Damon I don't know if I can say. Can I say that? Can I say it?
Say it and cut it out. You're the editor.
Yeah, he calls him a cracker.
I'll give you the
Yeah. Nobody cares about cracker. It's not even a real slur.
We're just drinking a Coke. This man never drinks soda in all the years I've known him, and now all of a sudden he's
he's under a lot of stress.
Yeah, because
at work.
I had a bad childhood.
Shut the fuck up,
dude. You don't understand. He ran into his family's gates at the estate,
And after that, it only worked some of the time. Like there was one time it didn't open, and that was really that we were trapped in our house for 80 days.
So you just guys make shit up about my life, huh?
Yeah, just like you do.
So Trace,
Anyways, so
Yeah, what's up?
this movie is sexy.
He's gonna yell.
it's Brad Pitt and George
Marshall, I
Clooney.
swear.
Big stars, huh? Love seeing them chat with each other. Is that just me, or what's up, guys?
You know, I think I'm gonna need to like actually start to like jump in on your sentences earlier, so that way, like by the time you hear them, it sounds like the natural progression of a conversation.
I'm just
Trace, that's a terrible idea. Wait, can I hear the no sound again?
It's definitely just on your end because I'm completely. You guys are just haven't read the
It's
conversation.
just not because if it's both me
delayed.
and Jobe, it's if Jobe and I are hearing the same thing, it's you. I'm sorry, it's just Jobe and I are answering each other in real time, and you are in the Matrix, but like really old Matrix. Haven't updated.
So can we
in
just
years.
go back to my question? You know,
Yeah, what was it?
about
That's right, Trace.
It was about George.
That's a good bit. That was good. You're asking
It was
about
about George
Clooney or
Clooney
something?
and Brad Pitt. You guys like the banter.
What about him?
Do you
Oh
guys
yeah,
like the
it's not bad. It
banter?
kind of gives off like a sorry, he's still going. Yeah, it gives off kind of like the master apprentice vibe. Like if George
What?
Clooney wasn't in the next ones, I would fully expect. What?
What the hell are you talking
I can't
about?
tell what part you're
That's
mad
just
at
two
because I said
homeboys.
it 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm with
No.
Marshall.
Master and Apprentice, they're just two
more-
homeboys.
Yeah, they're
No, but, like-
co-conspirators.
Yeah, but like George Clooney's still kind of like calling the shots, and
I mean, yeah, George
Brad
Pitt's
Clooney
the front man.
slightly
command.
outranks him, but it's
That's
not an
what I'm
apprentice
saying.
relationship.
no, but like every like captain and first mate, they always kind of have a bit of a.
But that's a different
bit of-
relationship. Than
No,
a
but this
master
isn't. But this is the same.
What?
It's like first in command, second in command.
No,
There's
it's
always
just
kind
not.
of like an inherent.
But the apprentice is not
There
the
is.
second in command. The apprentice is like the ward.
Who do you think this is the fucking apprentice then?
Matt Damon,
Eh.
So you're
the one who's actually learning on the
Yeah,
job.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like who gives a shit that he's there?
Trace, you're just
I
wrong
do.
here.
I
wrong.
love
That's
Damon.
fine.
Wrong.
I don't. He's just one.
That's
He's just
Bobby
one of the characters,
Caldwell's
and then I'm
kid,
just kind of
dude.
like, I don't
Dude.
give a shit.
I thought the old guy was actually having a heart attack, so was he just pretending to have all the symptoms
Yeah.
of a heart attack so that the
Yeah.
I think they gave him a medication to force him to die.
No, he's a
Oh,
method actor.
yes,
That's the
Romeo
whole
and Juliet.
shtick.
Yeah.
Like, cause he gets into
He's had a lot
the
of meth.
persona.
I like that
of-
character,
What is this?
if you can imagine.
Zergoff.
I figured he'd like Saul.
Yeah. The one fucking guy is like, Sal, it's
Oh, yeah.
me.
Okay, but like right there, like that's that is the immediate tip off. There, to me, there's no coming back from that. As what was his name, Harry or something?
Terry Bogard.
Yeah, like to being Terry, I'd immediately go, okay, you're fucking lying to me.
Well, maybe that's why.
Well, I mean,
stopped
he's
and
probably
was like,
seen a thing or two
We'll take
because you know
we'll take your diamonds.
he was also probably drunk,
and
you know, or something like that.
Nah, he wouldn't
He
drink
wasn't
on the
drunk.
job. Terry Bennett.
No,
never.
the
He's-
the
his-
guy
he
saying
lives in Las
hi to
Vegas.
Saul was drunk. He
Yeah,
probably
I don't
like
know.
Terry's probably see like guys be weird on the floor.
Who gets
you know what I'm
drunk at
saying?
a casino?
Everyone.
I've never been to a casino, but I have been drunk.
So were those actual
All right.
jewels, or were they made of like epoxy?
They're
I don't
bombs.
know. Maybe
Were
they
they
were actual
bombs?
jewels. Who knows?
I think so.
No.
Actually, that would make sense because my question was, why did Yen grab them? Because I assume
I think he put them
They-
out there.
Oh,
They
because they
placed
couldn't
the
get on the
bombs.
because it was on top because he didn't want them to land on the floor because they have pressure sensors. Remember? That's why he had
yeah,
to do
but
the whole
he grabs
flip
it.
and shit.
He grabs them out of the case.
He puts them on the door. He like sticks them
Oh,
to the
maybe
door.
they are the bombs. Fuck.
I thought Marshall
liked.
liked this movie. I'm confused.
Hey, I thought you were a nice person,
No,
dude. The
I
way he
give
just
up
kind
on
of
that
thunks
shtick.
it hard.
big asshole.
For me though, just
What was,
was
with
not
those
a
shirts
fan
they were
of
wearing?
Don Cheadle in this
Why do you hate? Why? Do
Basher. Because
Michael
he says every
Basher.
British slang word in his first appearance in the first like
you
3
really
That's
said
true.
it
sentences.
to me? Please let.
Oh, you talk.
That's
Like,
really
what is he
British.
doing?
Oh, all you wankers are tossers.
Yeah, he's saying.
In
shit.
it,
Yeah, but when he says
British.
it's, he's like, oh, it's good to be working with proper villains again. I'm like, who call someone a villain nowadays? No.
I don't know. I'm not
The
even seeing him on the
British.
cast list.
I think it's just weird because I'm so used to Don Cheadle's normal voice, where he's like,
That's
"Yeah, I'm Don Cheadle. I sound like a normal guy." And then this movie's like, "And now I'm a pig because I'm British, and I'm gonna keep my voice up here because that's the only way I know how to do it, the British accent." I went Kiwi.
Well, the British are pretty dramatic. Do you see how pissed off they got when we throw their tea in the water?
It's like, get over it.
You have martini.
Who's y'all's
Martinis.
least and most
have it for
favorite
every
of
fucking
the
meal.
Ocean's crew?
Ocean Man. I like
probably the Malloy brothers.
Yeah, the dipshit Mormon.
They're funny. Fucking
What about
Tweedledee and
least favorite?
Tweedledum. Probably Don Cheadle's character. Or
Yeah,
look, it's just I don't know why Linus is there. Is my thing.
he's the tech guy.
Is he?
Or wait,
though?
no,
Like, he
Linus
doesn't really
is-
do-
No,
Wee Baby
Linus
Matt-
is Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It just remember the scene
Wee
where
Baby
George
Matt
Clooney
Damon was
talking
there
to
to fill in because
Brad Pitt,
secretly
because he's
the whole
like,
time was like,
you think we need another person? I think we need another. We're having the scene with Brad
But
Pitt.
why
and
do
George
they need?
Clooney's
But
all
why
like,
did they need another person?
just because it's
To
good
do
to
other
have Bobby
things.
for second string.
We need this guy here so that he can learn for the next movie.
Guys,
well, they needed him
Trace
to
is watching
impersonate
any sporting
George
event.
Clooney.
Why the fuck do they have all those guys on the sideline? They're not even doing anything.
That doesn't make sense because in a heist setting, you would think less people would draw less attention.
Yeah, but they're all nobodies.
Well, they also
And that's
needed
why
him to.
the
Well, yeah,
Guardians
but
of the
it-
Galaxy.
to
to
almost
steal
fuck up the whole
the codes,
operation.
to steal the codes from Benedict, because he was
Yeah,
able to
anybody can learn how to
swipe
pickpocket.
the stuff. He was better at it than George Clooney.
Yeah,
So-
George Clooney's ability is to somehow get a woman to fall in love with him by stealing from her
Well,
boyfriend.
yeah, I mean that's my thing. Like the whole, like everybody on the team has their own thing, and then George Clooney, it's like somebody's like, "Yeah, well, what's your deal and all this?" Then I love, and he's like, "I'm the guy who assembles people." The fuck?
Oi, love, what do you bring to fucking tea?
I brought all of you guys, so make
It's
with
like
the
the.
fucking
Do
money,
you remember that
bitches.
bit
He-
in the Dungeons and Dragons
Playing
movie
with eyes.
when the
No.
person like looks at Chris Pine's like, "What do you do?" And he's like, "I make the plan." And they're like, "When your plans never work," he's like, "Then I have a backup plan." It's like, "Well, you're not really good at making the plan." It's like George Clooney's the guy with the plan, the guy with the idea.
Exactly. So I can
He's
just
got-
watch Dungeons and Dragons and
Brad
He's
Pitt
got
sure
the
does eat a
riz.
lot in this movie.
Dude, Brad Pitt's
Speaking
always
of
just
eating
munching.
a lot while
A fun fact: he eats in every scene he's in.
he
Yeah.
chews scenery.
Not the
That's
scene where he's a
true.
doctor. Not the scene where he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Not the scene where he's
Not the
walking
scene
out
where
as a
he's a
SWAT
doctor.
officer.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
scene where he's the
Yeah.
doctor.
He's just chewing on something. You don't see
Not
the
the
Somebody-
scene where he's talking to Pickle Rick. I
Trace,
wish I
would you
knew that.
imagine
Hey,
this
man.
movie? Would this movie be better for you, Trace, if instead of saying somebody call for a doctor, he said somebody ring the dinkster and then wink?
That would make it pretty good.
Now that would make it better for sure.
I feel like in general this movie would be a lot better if Antonio Banderas was in it.
Yeah.
Well, they get some like European guy in the next and the third. Or
Okay, but
second.
why is Ruben there?
Ruben is the guy
He's the money-
bankrolling
he-
the whole cinch.
He's the fucking financier.
Oh, so he was just there to pay for everything.
Yeah. Which I did
Yeah,
also like
remember when
Ruben.
they
He's
said-
my first scene.
Like
I was
he's just watching the fight.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it. But let's say hypothetically I would do it.
I'm not gonna do it. They walk away. But why are you doing it?
He's such a classic.
dude, the
trope,
scene
but he's so
where-
great.
George Clooney like says, "Don't come
He's talking
inside
to
if you
Linus.
don't want the risks." And Matt Damon's character sitting there, and
Yeah.
Ruben goes up and he's like, "Get in the fucking house, kid." So good.
Yeah. Does he say get in the fucking house?
No, dude, all the
No.
recruitment scenes I thought
They
were.
wouldn't.
I don't know if he says "get in the house." I think he just says "get in the house," but like it's still pretty. I think they used their one fuck
Nah,
with
he-
Yen.
There's-
He was like, "What the fuck, you been?"
Yeah,
he
Yen
does
was
say
good.
that. Yen's alright. He
three.
doesn't say a lot, but I mean,
Well, it's because he doesn't speak. a
Dude,
lot of
but Bernie
English.
Mac though,
He's
come on,
Laotian, I
Bernie
think?
Mac in this.
Bernie Mac's good. I wish there was
Come
more.
on, guys.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
there was
better.
a severe lack of Bernie.
Yeah, he's better in Transformers 2007.
That's true.
Oh, where's just a used car salesman for like 5 seconds?
Yes, it's fucking
Yeah.
funny.
But it's funnier.
Like, I'll sell you
Dude,
that.
where he's just like,
Bad a brick, I'd knock your head in, bitch. So good.
Sorry, that's my grandma. Such a good character.
Oh man, we actually Here's a little preview of a future episode when we do eventually watch Transformers 2007. That and the scene with Anthony Anderson where he's like, see, they give you the donuts to see if you're guilty or not. If you're guilty, you won't eat anything. I ate the whole plate, so now they won't suspect me. Guy walks in, sets the folding down. Shit!
I'm sorry.
Do anything.
Anyways, I'm gonna start rambling so you guys can stop talking. So here, we watched this movie. It was a great time. Love it, love it, love it.
He's done.
For me, we had a discussion about the van scene and how it relates to our dynamic here. So we all agreed that when everyone leaves the van, that's the hypothetical my wife leaving to go get Milton Siggy's for our baby, and I'm left with you two hooligans yelling at each other the whole time, as is usually the case. I was the first one to make this observation. What are y'all thoughts?
You're a sick fucking bastard. You're delusional.
Because I let my wife smoke ciggies.
You're just trying to get. Who? You're just trying to get a fucking rise out of me, and I'm not.
You're just, and it's working.
I'm pissed.
It's working.
And upset. I brought this up to Marshall and said, that's us in this scene. And he was like, no, you're stupid. Jobe's Don Cheadle.
He did say that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Finally, vindication.
Jobe would be doing a shitty British accent the whole...
This is so weird.
If you told Jobe that he was going to go on a heist, you know Jobe would just be like, no, I have to... No, you'd start adopting a persona. You'd be like, oh, what's my heist persona going to be? I'm thinking... British, and we're like, no, Joe, you just be yourself. No,
all right.
Oh, white guy.
Here's my character.
Like you don't make a character. We're robbing a bank.
Here. Let me do an audition. Let me do an audition for you, Marshall. Give my character what I need to get from Trace, and I'll do it.
Say that again. One more time.
It's like he's frozen. There he is.
All right, this is my audition to join your.
Say that again.
Ocean's 11 as your.
Ocean's
character actor.
Yeah, okay, your lines are I'm a cult leader and I'd be really good at your company and
do the tongue girl.
That's good.
I don't want to be here anymore, guys.
This is good content. I'm liking what we're doing.
I don't know what's going on. I already told him it's fucking
a strong episode.
I've lost my fucking grasp on this show. Like I've been trying to rein it in for years.
No, you have not. If anything, I'm doing the reins here.
But he does it the worst ways.
Explain.
Did somebody raid the Deerster?
Whoa!
Somebody ring the Dingster.
No,
anyways, so the movie, great fun. What did you guys think of the actual heist and how it went down with using the 911 phone call going out as the SWAT team coming in to steal the money to go out, leaving ads for a stripper place?
I mean, just kind of generic, no?
It kind of felt like
it's generic.
Like the whole heist up until I don't know. There's a fair bit of faffing in this one, I would say.
Oi, faffing, is it?
Yeah, a bit of faffing about.
Explained by faff.
Well, you know, they don't need to do that. They tell him that they may just like not blow up his vault, but they don't do that. There's no honor amongst these thieves. Proud war.
I don't know, like I like the dipshit Mormon twins from Utah, but I'm getting to that.
Marshall's answering from 20 minutes ago. Leave him alone.
All right, so
you guys are fighting for no reason again.
No, there's a reason.
Fuck you.
Okay. It's just like my parents.
All right, so walk me through this movie scene by scene because I don't remember a lot of it.
Perfect. Do you have?
Yeah, Danny Ocean. Right, Danny Ocean has his parole hearing, leaves, gets picked up by Rusty, as in he goes, meets up with my boy Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac's like, yo, go hang out with Rusty and Topher Grace.
Topher Grace
and then
is so good.
They
Probably
catch
my
up.
Character.
They fucking leave and they're like, all right, let's go get some blueprints of this building because I got an idea. And he's like, all right, we're going to need about doing 17 cons. And they're like, okay, we'll do 17 cons together. And then they go assemble a crew and then they go through all the scenes of them preparing for the heist, interspersed with George Clooney putting the moves on Julia Roberts while getting the death stare from Andy Garcia. Did I miss anything?
Ew. Yeah, Jobe's showing us a wart.
It's not a wart, it's a blister.
Well, why'd you do that?
I grabbed a part that was too hot and then held.
I'm still waiting on the faffing part, Jobe.
Well, it's all the shit you didn't say. There's a lot of little things. It's like I feel like that could have been cut. That could have been trimmed. That went nowhere.
That's true.
I don't know. There's just basically when it's not Ocean Man and Brad Pitt, chatting.
Well, like the brothers, as funny as they were, and as much as I enjoyed them,
What
they
they
were
do.
kind of like they were kind of those people that were just bodies. Like we have a tech guy, we have the pickpocket,
Yeah, like
we got
it's
the
like-
financier.
Initially,
We
they
have
were,
two
like,
brothers who are fucking with each other.
we have the getaway drivers, but there was no
We
need for
have the
getaway
explosives
drivers. Could have
there.
driven what
Yeah.
they were driving vans.
No, okay,
Why didn't the tech guy just make the robot?
true. If
Between the
If they
bomb
would-
engineer and why
He
can't
could've.
that guy make the robot?
they had time. This was not like we gotta get this done by December 12th or we're fucked.
Also, I
No,
think
they had
that's
2
probably my
weeks for the
biggest
fight
thing is These
night.
guys enter the movie. They enter the movie
Yeah,
to
could've
do
done
the
it anyway.
thing, and then they just they do their thing, but then they're left with nothing to do. Like the tech guy, after he wires into the cameras, what does he do?
He's just on vacation for a few
What,
days.
do you want him to go out there karate
just
chop
hanging out,
people?
hoping
I'm
that
gonna go to
no,
a strip
he's in there
club.
monitoring.
Yes,
He's
as a
rerouting
matter of
911
fact,
phone
I
calls.
do. Listen,
What do you mean phone calls? There was one. And
Also,
he did it at
he
the
did
end.
it.
he
rerouted
have to
it.
do that.
Because he's a tech
Then
guy.
Yeah,
wanted-
but he
That's
did
what his
it
job
twice.
is.
One of them, yeah.
Okay, all I'm saying
Nah,
is if at the end there
everyone
was a
is able
larger
to
car
do
chase
their
scene, I would
role.
understand the brothers a little more. I'd be more okay with it because it'd be like,
Dude, they were also just good bodies
This
to
is
have
the best
around.
driver
Nondescript
and-
faces, casing the joint.
Also,
My
why
God.
does he
nondescript, they were every
did
role.
other
They had
things.
they were employed at every position at that.
and
At that
Sal, I love
casino.
Sal. We all know that, but what did he do? I'd be
he did a funny
Who's
accent.
Sal?
I think that's down in the vault.
Saul, he's just pronouncing it funny
Oh,
because
Saul.
we're in Texas.
No, because he needs the stuff to go down there. He needs to them when they get in the security room. That's the main thing that he's in
Why
there
doesn't
for.
Brad Pitt just
So
do
that way-
that?
So many. Look, I
Because-
think the point here is so many of them could have done so many of these jobs.
If
and they
you just
didn't.
doubled up on some of them, you would have trimmed the fat a little bit.
No,
Exactly,
No,
then they could have made a little bit more.
That's why Ocean's 8 is the best one.
Is it?
I don't know.
No,
I haven't seen any of them actually.
This is the first Ocean I've seen.
Is this the first
I
time
saw
you've
the
seen
Atlantic ones.
The movie? Yeah.
it?
Me too.
Cool. Are you gonna watch the other ones too when you get a chance?
Probably not.
I
Not unless
no,
I'm
you
forced
said
to.
you like this one the most, so I'm kind of nervous because I thought another thing is I talked about the movie being sexy, and it is, but I feel like some of the more stylish elements were very reserved. Like there were a couple of scenes where the editing was going wacko bonanza and the jazz was playing, and I'm like, this is good, this is great. But a lot of the movie, like at least 80% of it, is played very straight. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know
gotta
if that
remember which
12
one's
hurts
Ocean's.
me.
Good. Don Cheadle made it all the way to Ocean's 13.
Ocean
That's
2.
good. Oh, and Terry Benedict is in that one as well. I wonder what happens.
He tries to kill him.
Willie
Yeah,
Banks.
Ocean's 12 is good too
I think-
because that one's also very sexy. Vincent Castle does this whole laser beam dance
that
to
one's also
get
good. I
past
don't
all
know
the
what
laser
I'm
beams.
gonna do. Ooh, that's fun. It did put me in the mood for a good Mission
Dude, it's
Possible.
because they're trying to catch a thief.
Yeah.
Dude, the original Mission Impossible banger, dude. Oh my god, love those fucking movies.
I've never actually seen it.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Those
Dude.
movies just didn't really do it for me back in the day.
I do think also though
nothing
I
can
like
do it
seeing a
for you,
movie
Trace.
with gadgets and gizmos
Not
again.
Yeah,
Not
that's why I think
movies
we
with
should watch
gadgets
Spy
and
Kids.
gizmos.
We should watch Spy Kids. They got.
You pissed him right off with that one.
So what do you think happens?
So what do
now?
we do? It still says recording.
We should probably pay.
This is a great time for a Capri Sun break, don't you think?
Yeah, but we can't pause it.
That's fine. He'll just have to cut this out.
Perfect
And
reference.
welcome back, everyone, from that Capri Sun break or other juice soda
What's up,
concoctions.
gamers?
I hope that you were able to
All right,
partake
camper.
in a libation with us. And we are here to provide
I
your
like that
ears
word.
some sultry noise
I like it.
on Ocean's
Oh.
11. So back to it, Ocean's 11. The big thing is the slight revenge plot with Danny Ocean getting back at Terry Benedict. What did you guys think about having Rusty not trust that Danny Ocean was going to be forthcoming in his ulterior motives and having young Linus Caldwell follow George Clooney around and uncover this hidden piece of the puzzle, per se?
I think it was all part of the plan.
Could be.
Because it's so inconsequential.
Yeah. It kind of has to be part of the plan, otherwise it's kind of like, yeah, who gives a shit?
I mean,
like, Julia Roberts being there or not, doesn't matter. He's still gonna rob the joint.
Nothing matters in space. But I think he's robbing the joint because Julia Roberts is
They're
there.
not in space.
Let's be real.
I mean, that helps, but I think part of him is just trying to hurt the man.
Yeah, because he's dating his wife.
But also, at that price point, they'll each walk away with an Ocean's $11 million.
That's good. And that's why it's called Ocean 11.
Oh, dead ass. That's
I
why
like my mustache. It's almost connected to my beard, but not quite.
It's okay. I was having a little bit going on, so I shaved down a bit.
Yeah, how's that?
Welcome to the Mustache and Beards podcast.
Welcome to Smell-O-Vision. I'm going to describe the smell of my fart.
Smell-O-Vision.
All right.
Do you think that's ever going to be a
first
thing?
part.
Or is there actually ever going to be
Smell-O-Vision is a good
Smell-O-Vision?
one.
I really hope not.
No, that's not the thing people
That's
want
when we
to
get
get
5D.
immersed with.
Like, people are like, oh, look at this. They could do it. They don't want to.
So, Jobe, why did...
That's right. I'll interrupt you, Trace. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
That's okay. I'm not holding it against you because you have shitty internet and refuse to...
Marshall's become emboldened. You might even say the scroll is granting him power.
The scroll is granting me power.
Scroll.
Is it power or strength?
Power. It's power.
It's been
It's
a while.
power.
For those,
It's power.
here's another future preview.
They're not called Strength Rangers.
When we do Kung Fu Panda, it's pretty freaking epic.
Dude, it's gonna be Kung Fu Panda 2 because that's the best one out of the three, and I'll die on that hill.
The Kung Fu inning.
I won't argue.
That's
but I
right.
might disagree.
That's good.
Okay, a little bit of strife.
It's know how to train your dragon. I can tell you that.
Fuck
My
you.
favorite part about an episode is when we stop talking about the...
Well, talk about the movie, Trace. You haven't talked about shit,
Isn't it
dog.
great when we just free ourselves from shackle?
Hey, you're the one who likes it, and you're the one who always gets mad that we're not talking about it. So I figured you might have a thing or two to say about a thing or two because you've seen a thing or two or a thing or two.
What do you mean? I've told you that I've liked it. I said that Brad Pitt, George Clooney banter is fun. The whole plan is a fun time.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite part is when George...
Oh, is it fun? It's fun, is it? It's fun.
This is why I don't fucking say anything.
Marshall, this is what they come for.
Is it? Who's they?
Your dad.
Hello.
Dad.
Hey,
Hey, Dad, you let us know who's in the right and who's in the wrong. Unless I'm in the wrong in your eyes, in which case I can see it immediately.
in your
I'm
mind,
so sorry.
or whatever.
So, Marshall, what's your favorite part of the movie?
My top 3 scenes in no particular order are the George Clooney Brad Pitt scene where they're deciding if they need one more and Brad Pitt's just sitting there on the bar and George Clooney's doing all the talking. The Topher Grace scene where they're arguing back and forth on the it was like Indonesian marital ceremony mask or something like that. That was also Incan, whatever. And just the and him and Brad Pitt and Saul meeting for the first time, and they're like, are you gonna treat me like a man, or are you gonna tell me what the issue is? And then he tells him, he's like, ooh, it's got some spice to it. That's good.
Ooh.
I think perhaps it's worth acknowledging that all those are pretty early scenes.
Okay, I can list scenes from the back half that I like too, if you want, boss. The Matt Damon, Bernie Mac scene where
Yeah, but they weren't in your top 3, and it's really tough.
Okay, I could go top 5. Bernie Mac, Matt Damon scene, also fantastic, and the van scene, also a banger.
The band scene?
The van. Beep, beep.
The car. Like,
Van.
off the walls. Which van
Let me
scene,
get
though?
that
They're in the
beep,
van a
beep.
lot.
Can I get a toot? Can I get a beep beep?
Alright, that time he was just ignoring me.
We're not allowed to sing that, are we? Because R.
Oh.
Kelly pissed on a girl.
Oh, he did. Fuck. R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
but that was years ago. Who
She's
hasn't?
of age now.
Name one person that you don't know who hasn't pissed on one woman on accident.
Wait, I'm confused.
I've never
Why
peed
can't
on
we
any
roll?
women in my life.
What?
Trace.
Double negatives.
That is not true. You were a child once who had no control of their bladder, and you definitely peed on your mom.
Dude,
and he'll back me up on that.
Shit, you're right. He's pulling out the fucking resources there.
Yeah, shout out.
Shut up, my mom.
A nondescript mom.
But yeah, so there you go, Trace. I listed all my.
Think that like the heart of the issue is.
Yeah, but I asked what van scene, and he didn't actually specify.
So now we're just kind of wondering.
Now you.
The van scene where they're outside picking up the pinch.
Ooh, Marshall's trying to win back credibility.
Where they robbed it?
Yes.
Trace is using his
that's the part
disability.
That's the part I didn't really like all that much, because that's the part that I thought was a little inconsequential, because they just go, hey, Mr. Matt Damon, please stop and don't go in with us. And he goes, yeah, you got it, fine, whatever. And then he goes in, and then they're like, all right, well, fuck, he's gone now. And then he breaks a window, they just fucking leave anyway.
Well, it's because he could have gotten caught. There was a chance.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, but he didn't, so nothing happened.
But it was the idea
Nothing
that
would have changed if they had just left with.
If you
with the
hand a little baby a knife and say,
Marshall.
"Hey, don't put your hand on the hot stove," and then they go almost do it, you're not going to be like, "No, it's fine. He almost put his hand on the hot stove."
And then they go lick the outlet,
right? Like just because it didn't happen, you have to be like,
he didn't actually touch the hot stove.
But what's he doing with the knife?
Trying to stab himself, obviously.
What?
Dude, I'm just saying,
Here's a knife, don't touch the hot stove.
That
he stabs the dog.
Danny Ocean's rules weren't followed because it almost got them into trouble.
Pissed, me or the baby?
Danny Ocean, keep up.
Wait, when did Danny Ocean get here? Is he watching the baby?
Where the fuck is Danny Ocean coming in?
Danny Ocean walks in, gives the baby a knife, and says, "Don't touch the hot stove."
Danny Ocean walks into your house. He hands you a baby and says it's yours.
And he goes, "I name you Iago."
Iago.
Look,
Iago
all I'm saying is,
nuts.
it would have been better in that scene if he actually did get caught, and they then have to like help him out. But nothing really happens. There's no consequence to him going in. The idea of being
because
caught
the thing is, they would have been like,
"Oh, didn't get caught."
Trace would be like, "Whoa, why is he getting caught? Isn't he supposed to be good at his job or something?" That's how you sound like in my mind.
His job is pickpocketing, though. It's not infiltration.
It seems the intention in that scene is to show that
he's a novice.
Damon needs to learn
Chill
from
out.
Daniel Ocean and actually listen to what he says. So
Yeah.
I guess in that way it's supposed to show his character growth by him just being like, "Okay, I'll listen. I'm sorry."
But there's still no consequences to him not listening, though. So again, it just kind of doesn't.
No, Danny
matter.
Ocean's mad.
He almost got caught. And he got yelled at by
Almost.
Daddy Ocean.
Oh no!
See, some of us Trace
And then
don't like
Yen's
being
hand
yelled
got
at.
broken, which didn't do anything to the plot.
Also,
He
how did
almost
his hand
died.
get broken? Did I take a long blink?
Because he had his hand on the van door as they were escaping, and it slammed on his hand a little too hard, and he went,
And he
"Ouch!"
said, "Ouchies!"
And then Don Cheadle or someone goes, "Oh, his hand hurts. That sucks." And then he's wrapping his hand, but nothing actually comes of it.
That's
so
not true.
again.
His hand gets stuck because he's wearing the bandage, and the bandage gets sucked up into a vent.
Okay, but again, there was no consequences to that either.
Yeah, he almost blew up.
There's a lot of almosts in this movie, and nothing actually has consequence.
This
It's
movie,
just
maybe
they're
this movie should
robbing
have
one
been
of the
called
most
Edging of
well-protected
Tomorrow.
places in the world, and they're like, "We almost had a bad thing happen. That almost ruined our entire plan."
That
Julia
is one
Roberts
thing
almost
with
didn't
the-
fuck George Clooney.
With the stakes being so high, it's kind of hard to actually let a fuck up happen because then
Yeah.
the plan is impossible.
See, because it would have been more interesting if they had Matt Damon kind of fuck up a little bit, and then you're thinking, okay, he's gonna get caught, but then he doesn't get caught. And he gets in the van, like, well, okay, what's the point of that? Boom, Yen breaks his hand, and for some reason, because Yen broke his hand, he then can't perform his duties properly. Then they have to rework the entire thing, and maybe it doesn't work as well. Then it would have actually made sense. But all of this is, A happens. Oh, that's going to be a fucking chain of events that's going to make the whole thing not work. Oh, it worked out anyway, and it worked out pretty much exactly as planned, except Yen almost blew up.
So
Well, he
Trace-
didn't, so I guess it's fine.
Trace.
Yes.
What in your opinion is a good heist movie then?
I can't really think of a heist movie off the top of my head now.
Italian Job.
The one with
The
Ryan
Sting.
Reynolds and The Rock. No, that's
Ocean's
stupid
11,
because I don't know what that
Ocean's
is.
12.
Nope.
The Great Escape.
Red Notice or something.
Really? You're gonna say Red Notice, a Netflix movie, is one of the best
Let me
heist movies
look
you've
up
seen in your
Ryan
life? Are
Reynolds
you out
real
of your
quick. I'll get it on
fucking
too.
mind? What about the fucking Recess
Red
movies
Notice.
better than Red?
I have a pick for my favorite heist movie, but you're not gonna like it.
He's gonna say Red Notice.
Now You
Marshall,
See Me
on
is
this one,
probably
have
the
you not
best
seen
heist
Red
movie.
Notice? Ooh, that one
Probably.
Joe, what's your favorite heist movie, Bob?
Thank
I've
you.
seen it
Baby
in a while,
Driver's
but-
really good.
Baby Driver gets a lot of love for its
Whoop.
first few scenes, and then it gets kind of glazed.
That's
to be
true,
honest.
but it has stakes and it has consequences.
Yeah, but it also
Yeah, but it
has
also
a
has
pedophile.
Kevin
And-
Spacey
Yeah.
and
Woman
Ansel
beater.
Elgort.
Yeah, and he makes it back, and he's making it back for the second movie for some reason.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I saw that they were making a sequel, and what's his nuts is in it still.
Engelman.
Spacey.
Kevin
Spacey's still in it?
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin Spacey's in
Spacey?
the next movie.
Thought
I
they,
don't know if it's gonna be like a flashback kind of thing, because pretty sure his character dies, but I digress.
Anyway, my favorite heist movie is Fast and Furious 5.
Oh,
Fast
well, those movies just
5?
suck in general.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's
you haven't
crazy.
Adam.
seen any of them. You're just mad at them because your sister likes them.
Joe, we've had this discussion. Which Fast and Furious movie have
I can't
seen?
watch any of those movies because I've just been Rogue One.
Ooh, Solo? Joe, you like
I think it was
Solo?
7.
I think it was Tokyo Drift.
No, I've not seen Tokyo Drift. It was the one with the Charlie
like
Puth
Solo.
after Brian dies.
I knew you were gonna. I really wanted to like Solo, but Jobe went, "You got to watch this movie. You're a big Star Wars fan." And then we watched
don't
like
listen to
probably
Jobe.
a quarter of it, maybe a little more, and then Jobe went, "Yeah, it's all right." Click, and then just went to bed, and I was like, "The fuck?" So I just went to bed,
Listen,
and I've still never seen all of
Classic
it.
It's a
Joe
good movie.
movie, not
I don't know
following
if it's
through.
like I don't know if it's an immediate rewatch at 10:30 good.
I just don't know how people can start a movie and not finish it. I have never
Well, I
once
had
not
finished
finished a
it.
movie.
He's seen it before.
Any movie I've ever actively got into watching, yeah, but even if I've seen a movie before, I'm gonna sit through the whole thing.
I mean,
regardless
sometimes.
if it's dog shit or
Okay,
not.
but like when I try to watch
Like
some of
this
the
junior
extended
stuff.
edition Lord of the Rings, and it's like 4 hours long, and I'm like, dude, I'm not making it 4 hours. I gotta go to sleep because it's like 11:30 at night.
Nah, I still watch.
You're crazy. You're cracked. Don't worry. I got a
Commit
man
to it.
on the helpline right now trying to figure out my internet. He wants my name first, so we gotta figure that shit out.
I'm sure you do. Oh, hi, Brian. Oh shit.
All
my
right.
dog's here.
Well,
Hi, baby.
why don't we start wrapping this up?
Hi. You're off. You're out of frame.
Oh, what?
Overall, this movie is pretty fun, but I feel like there's been better versions of it since.
I don't know about that. Maybe
I thought you just said like.
What's
you've
your
seen better
movie
heist
score?
movies.
I have.
So it's a better.
I don't know why Marshall's so mad today.
7.
7? That's alright. I really like this movie. It is charming. It's witty. It's got a great plot.
alright.
It's got some good action scenes. I'm going to give it a 8.777.
He's gonna say something else.
Trace, your turn.
All right, Trace, why don't you go ahead and tell us your score? Wait,
Did he say it?
did he say it?
Did I say my? I said my
For
score.
the sake of getting out of this hellhole, I got a 5.
A 5?
Insane. Marshall, what?
And I'll play the part of Marshall real quick. 5! There it is!
That was fast. That was pretty good timing.
Oh,
Look at him. You obliterated his whole.
He's still yelling in his timeline.
in his timeline.
Speaking of timeline, the new Invincibles episode's out today.
Wait,
It's,
Marshall, can you please repeat
War
your
of the
score?
Invincibles.
I don't think we got it.
Oh, well, he's gone. He gave it an 8.777. Repeating. So, not awful. But I also don't know how to end this recording. So I guess we'll vamp for a minute. Oh, good point. Good point. We do have to do that whole part. And Marshall loves doing it, so we probably shouldn't step on his toes. It'll take him 20 minutes to get there, but
I don't remember what the next week's movie was.
it's The Fall Guy. So tune in next week where we're watching The Fall Guy, starring somebody that Marshall may or may not know. If you want to check us out more on social medias, go ahead and check us out on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
Trace, where can you find us?
Oh my god, it happened to me. I'm the guy now. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so much better at this than Marshall because he's not here. They can find us on YouTube. They can find us on Instagram. They can find us on TikTok. And of course, they can find us right here on your Spotify, bringing music to your ears. The music is us.
Featured by Spotify.
No.
Neither of us can end the recording, though, yeah?
No, not that I'm aware of. That's why I'm really trying to like drag this out.
So we have to...
And if you want a chance to win a brand new Nintendo DSi,
ooh, that's a good bit.
How can they enter to do that, Jobe?
All you have to do is like, subscribe, send us $1 million.
That's so
You'll
good.
be entered for a drawing.